Daniel Jones, and he faked the run, threw it right into coverage. It's caught. Davis Copenhaver, touchdown. 1:11 to go. First down, Carolina. Trubisky, all kinds of time. Here come the flags, and it's intercepted. Thrown right to the defense, Alonzo Saxton.
Marshall rips it off, and he could go. One man to beat, and he will do it. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Third down, you got to go with a matchup. It's all about Juju.
He's at the bottom of your screen. Rodgers at the top. Empty backfield. Darnold looking in the end zone. Touchdown! SC! How about that? It mattered, baby, again. Browning, he's got to take off sometimes to loosen up this USC defense. Here's Browning. Steps up, throws across the field. And intercepted by Jackson. Adoree Jackson again. And USC can feel it now.
With Gallman.
Pitch to Gallman. Stumbles. Not going to get there. Not going to get there. We'll give him a try from 56. You see the field goal target line. Across the middle, it's Orndorff. They're in field goal range for Chris Blewett to try to knock off number 2 at Clemson. On the way and good. Blewett got it.
That's right, everybody. Week 11 supplied us with tons and tons of upsets. Now, 2 that I didn't show were Auburn and Georgia and Ole Miss and A&M. Main reason just because I couldn't find good clips, and honestly, they weren't that surprising to me. Now, both of them did fall back in the rankings a little bit. Auburn from 9 to 15, and A&M from 8 to 25. So let's bring in our insider, Craig Dad Cruz. Last night, the rankings came out for Week 12, and the top 4 is Alabama, Ohio State, and the thing that surprised me was Michigan, Clemson, Louisville, and Washington in that order. Do you think that does it justice?
I suppose the committee can only do so much. You're never, ever going to please anybody, you know, but those are probably the 4 best teams right now.
Right. But the part that surprised me, though, is that they kept Michigan at 3, probably with second worst loss of the league, of course.
If you think about it, though, regardless of the loss, it's impossible for Ohio State and Michigan to be in the top 4 together at the end of the season because
they play each other.
They play each other in the last game before the championship week.
So let's get into the picks after this upset-filled week. We have the number 11 Oklahoma State Cowboys at the TCU Horned Frogs. 2 surprising teams this year. Oklahoma State has been fantastic this year. I've doubted them a lot, but they somehow come up with the win most of the time. And TCU I expected to be a lot better than they are now. I am going to pick Oklahoma State in this game, but I really want to pick TCU, but I think Oklahoma State will come up with the win in this game.
I have the Cowboys as well. I love the Cowboys ever since they had their coaching incident with that quarterback like a handful of years ago. And TCU impresses me at times, but they're so inconsistent. Cowboys all the way.
The next game we have here, probably the most unnecessary game to have here on the week. We have the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes at the Michigan State Spartans. I think there's no question Ohio State wins this game. Now, Michigan State has killed a lot of Ohio State seasons these past couple years, but I'm not worried about this game. I am an Ohio State fan. There's a little bit of bias here, but I don't really care. I'm going to pick the Buckeyes, and I think you should too.
My son, last year, Michigan State.
They beat him.
You know, Michigan
Alright, the next game we have the number 23 Florida Gators at the number 16 LSU Tigers. Now this game is a makeup game from the game that was canceled because of Hurricane Matthew. Now, in this game, the Florida Gators are ranked number 23 and they're 7-2. Now, they haven't really had that many wins, many good wins, so I can see why they're back that far. Now, LSU has a lot of good wins, but they have a lot of bad losses as well. Now, they did put up a fight with Alabama, but I do not see them losing this game. So, I'm going to take LSU to beat Florida in this one.
Well, here's the funny thing. I don't want either team to win. I don't really care for either team, but I think that LSU is going to win. This is a flip-a-quarter game. Pick whoever. Also, why did they name hurricanes after names of people? I think it's kind of weird. Anyway, LSU, they're my number 8. They're going to win.
Next, we have a very, very interesting game from the Mountain West Conference. The 9-1 San Diego State Aztecs at the 7-3 Wyoming Cowboys. Now, this is a very interesting game because whoever wins this game continues their strong push for a New Year's Six bowl game. Of course, you have to be the highest-ranked conference champion group of 5 team to get into New Year's Six bowl game. Now, San Diego State, they went out. They clinched their division. They go into the title game of the Mountain West. They win that. They'll probably be the representative for the New Year's Six bowl. Unless Western Michigan continues to win. And for Wyoming, they could maybe make a push if they went out. But I think San Diego State is going to win this game.
9-1 Aztecs are going to roll Wyoming. Why? Because Wyoming is 7-3 in that conference. I'm not saying that their conference losses are bad. I'm just saying, look, San Diego State has already won their division. They've got a lot of momentum.
Alright, now for 2 teams who I think should be having 2 very different seasons. We have the Virginia Tech Hokies at the probably the most disappointing team this year, with a couple others, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Now, Virginia Tech did lose last week to Georgia Tech, so I don't really know their situation. I do believe if they win out, they will take the ACC Coastal Championship. And for Notre Dame, of course, they're not a conference. And if they lose this game, they probably won't make a bowl, unless they do beat USC. But I do think Virginia Tech will. No. I'm gonna pick Notre Dame to win this game.
Okay, well, I got Virginia Tech winning this game. It is my number 9 game. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Notre Dame is going to want to win, but Virginia Tech is just going to have the better coaching. So, in this situation, I'm not surprised that Notre Dame is this bad. In the past 5 or 6 years, they haven't been as they used to be in the past 50 years. So, yeah, Hokies all the way.
The next game we have the 5-5 Northwestern Wildcats at the 7-3 Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now my partner has been waiting for Northwestern to be in a pick'em game this entire year, and it finally happened. They are here. I am going to pick, drum roll please. Probably won't be a drum roll, but I'm going to pick the Northwestern Wildcats to win this game. Ever since that terrible start, they have been a revamped squad. Their defense is playing great. I do think they are going to beat Minnesota, who is coming off a tough loss against Nebraska.
That is correct. Everything you said is correct, except for the fact this is going to be a slaughter. This is my number 10 game. Northwestern plays really well against certain teams every year. They play really well against Minnesota. The reason why I think it's going to be a slaughter is because Northwestern is trying to get to a bowl game. And at the end of the season, they have Illinois. So if they win this game, they're going to be guaranteed to be in a way better bowl than they thought they were in week 2.
Next we have the Washington State Cougars, ranked number 22, at the number 10 Colorado Buffaloes. Now both teams are 8-2. Colorado has had a couple nice wins this year. That is quietly sneaking them into the top 10. And Washington State just hasn't had that signature win yet. They do have a chance here against Colorado, and then next week against Washington. I'm going to pick Colorado. However, I think home field will play a huge advantage, and I think they get it done.
I think Colorado's going to win this game. They're in my number 7 slot because it's confidence. Washington State's great. You said slugfest earlier. I like that term. I still think Colorado can win this game big over Cleveland because it's at home. If Colorado wins out, there's no possibility. If there's a huge uproar in the next 2 weeks in the top 7, 8 teams, Colorado could possibly sneak in. They probably will be in this bowl game.
Next, we have the South Florida Bulls at the SMU Mustangs. Now, this is a very interesting game because I don't know really much about either of these teams. I know South Florida's been here a couple times, and I did not know that they were 8-2 this year. Based on what I know, I am going to pick South Florida in this game, but I cannot give that big of an analysis.
Yeah, South Florida had a really good run a couple of years ago. SMU is one of the teams that people, never really think about. Years ago, they were amazing. Thing is that a 5-5 Southern Methodist could be in 8-2 South Florida. That's why it's, they did beat ECU, on the road. So I mean, it's pretty good. They want to go to a bowl, so I'm actually picking Southern Methodist.
Next, we have the game of the week, definitely this week. The number 9 Oklahoma Sooners at the number 14 West Virginia Mountaineers. Now, West Virginia is 8-1, but they're not in the top 10 because they really haven't had that signature win like a Washington State. And Oklahoma, they have 2 bad early season losses. Both were pretty much crushing to Houston and Ohio State, especially that second one. But I am going to pick Oklahoma to win this game. I don't honestly know how you could put them in the playoff. They're so far back. But I do think if they can take full control of the Big 12, that they might have a shot. And I think they will take this one.
So if West Virginia wins, that means that they're going to win the Big 12 most likely. Because Oklahoma's got it right now. But, Western... they need Oklahoma State to lose also, but the thing is West Virginia will probably win this game. They only have 1 loss in the season, and they're at the Morgantown, West Virginia. So I mean, that's going to be huge. I don't know. They killed Baylor, so Oklahoma did. So it's going to be a great game. That's why I have this at my number 2. Okay.
Whatever that was. The final game of the week, we have the surprisingly number 13 USC Trojans at the UCLA Bruins. Now, I'm surprised with USC's high ranking. I know they did just come off a huge win against Washington, but honestly, I don't think Washington's that good of a team, but that's not for me to decide. Now, the UCLA Bruins, on the other hand, they're pretty disappointing this year. 4-6. They've had a couple tough games, but they just cannot win. I am going to pick USC to take this one in a very close battle, I think, though.
Same here. I have USC over UCLA, but if you go back to the several weeks, we called UCLA, and I quote, USC trash. So I'm picking USC just because they're ranked number 13. I mean, I don't know what else to do. They're a low seed as well.
Alright, so thank you all for watching. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe. And any last words for the people at home?
Yep, Daddy-O out.
Alright, see you next week.